Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and I am on a streaming just streaming all day every day it seems, or at least just today anyway. I'm fiending for streaming. And so what we're going to do, I decided since earlier this morning we finished up the Hearts of Iron 4, the Moe Order, last episodes of anime West Russian Revolutionary Front, where we played as Tukhachevsky, aka the Red Napoleon, aka Katyusha, aka the Drifting Snow. Well, I was working on some other things today, and I wrapped some stuff up, and other stuff I found out I wasn't going to have to do. So I went ahead and decided that we were going to start the Nonna, aka Zhukov, campaign. Oh, I'm just realizing right now that I've got a little bit of a typo in the title. Let me fix that up. Hold on. And yeah, just kind of get that started, so that people know it definitely is going to happen, that I'm going to play as them. So what I've done is I haven't gone all the way back to the very start of the campaign. I just went to the save file that we made back in live stream 1. So this is where we're going to decide to support the People's Marshal and get on the road to uniting Russia under Georgy Zhukov. So I think it's... I'm just kind of vamping right now. Maybe for another minute before... so that we could wait for some people to get into the chat. So I know that people are that are watching. And then we're going to do the formal, actual, getting hype introductions. And I don't even know, can anybody hear me? Is anybody in the chat? Nobody's talking? Hello? Anyway, I'm just going to sip of something to drink here. I picked up some of these, like... It's like a water with flavor in it, but it's not sugary. Picked it up when I was at the store. Hello there, Enar. But what I've also done is what I'm going to do for this particular campaign series is we're going to have 2 playlists. Well, besides that, I try to put every live stream I do in my master live stream playlist. But I'm going to put this in my West Russian Revolutionary Front live stream campaign playlist I did. But I'm also going to have a separate one specifically for Nonna. So I think I've vamped enough. Let's just go ahead and jump into things here. So, a kingdom without an heir, etc., etc. We're going with the People's Marshal. The focus has been completed. The decision has been made. We technically have to still work for it, but we are going to be working for working towards getting Zhukov in charge. So let's begin our investments in Ukhta. And now, before I start reading anything else, let's see. I'm Super Gamer Girl. This is your school account. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, be sure that you're learning first and foremost. But let's go ahead and introduce. It's pronounced Einar. Okay, Einar. Got it. Let's go ahead and introduce the hero of our story. In this corner, we have Georgy Konstantinovich Zhukov, Soviet... I'm gonna be listing real-life accomplishments, by the way. Georgy Konstantinovich Zhukov, Soviet General, Marshal of the Soviet Union, Chief of the General Staff, Minister of Defense, Member of the Politburo, Veteran of the Russian Civil War, conscript of the Imperial Russian Army, veteran of the First World War, winner of the Cross of St. George, the hero of the... Hold on. Excuse me, I should have made notes. Organizer of the defenses of Leningrad, of Moscow, of Stalingrad, planner of the Battle of Kursk, Operation Bagration, commander of the First Belarusian Front, General of the Vistula-Oder Offensive, General of the Battle of Berlin, defeater of Nazi Germany, ender of the war in Europe, acceptor of the German instrument of surrender, inspector of the Moscow Victory Parade of 1945, minister of defense, and winner of the 2 Crosses of St. George, 4 Heroes of the Soviet Union, 6 Orders of Lenin, 2 Orders of Victory, 1 Order of the October Revolution, 3 Orders of the Red Banner, 2 Orders of Suvorov, commander of the Soviet Ground Forces, defeater of the Japanese in the Soviet-Japanese conflict of 1939, currently played by the Blizzard Nonna. I just realized I said his name at the beginning, but screw it. The one, the only, Georgy Konstantinovich Zhukov. So cool. Dang it, I should have had some music queued up. You know what, let's cue some up again. Let's cue it up, Hold on a sec. I'm gonna have something for his ass. Okay. Give you a minute. Cut the music. I really should have made notes for this. Okay, here we go. Georgy Zhukov! This is his song. Yeah, this is called Marshal Zhukov in Victory. Okay. Enough silliness. But we will listen to the Soviet music, though. Oh wait, there's the chorus. Okay, enough. I'm gonna turn it down now. Okay. So, this is victory music, so we should probably listen to it another time. In the meantime, let's listen to the, listen to some great October Revolution music to start here. So, now I think we've got more viewers in, now that I've done all my silly introductions and wasted time. We are now going to be we're gonna have access now to the succession stuff, just like we did with Tukhachevsky. Except this time, a lot of the stuff that we have is gonna be helping Zhukov, who's us. So I think we're gonna mostly be doing the same strategy. So doing stuff like meeting with the veterans will be very good, but we do have stuff here where we could expand the oil refineries, which is very cool. That's gonna be helpful later. We can also deploy labor battalions, which might not be the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, let's go ahead and deploy the Red Army labor battalions. We're going to meet with Voroshilov. Yeah, we're going to try to take a big lead here early. And besides that, I think that'll be about it. Okay, let's just keep saving up the political power. Hey, more is more. A shanty crew. Memories of conducting battle in the harshest conditions with this man flash before Zhukov's eyes. Sergei Akromiev had been by his side through it all and still more. On many battlefields he was the devil himself. The sheer whisper of his name. Excuse me, I got something caught in my throat. Give me a sec. He wants to see Himmler again. Doesn't everybody? Doesn't frickin' everybody. Well, you know, the offer is still out there. If anybody ever wants me to look at some specific, like, you know, countries to take a look at their portraits and stuff, I'm more than happy to do that. Not a problem at all. So, Give me a second here. So this is actually kind of interesting. We're gonna look at Zhukov's crew here. Zhukov was seated on it. Let me know if the music's too loud. Zhukov was seated on a short wooden stool. A light creak yelped from the floor every time he shuffled around. He held a lukewarm glass of scotch in his shaky hand. Around him, the jeers and laughter of his crew, his men, his only friends, as some would say. He took another sip to steady his nerves before observing the crowd. To his left, Sergei Akromeyev, a man of steel in his own right. Memories of conducting battle in the harshest conditions with this man flashed before Zhukov's eyes. Suppressing revolts, the firing and cracking of rifles. Akromeyev had been by his side through it all, and still more. On many battlefields, he was the devil himself, the sheer whisper of his name sending bandits, Germans, and raiders alike scurrying away without a single shot being fired. On others, he was the slaughterer of hundreds, the harbinger of death and bloodshed from the end of a barrel. But tonight, he was a drunk man falling off his chair from laughing. I'll talk about who all these guys are in a minute. Actually, it doesn't matter, whatever. In front of line of sight was Nikolai Rizkov. Zhukov had always seen him as meek, well-tempered, and shy, not one for the battlefield. But it was in no doubt he knew how to carry himself through politics. Many a meeting and shouting match had been settled by the cool, level voice of Rizkov. So many decisions had been made with Rizkov's counsel, always informing Zhukov of the next avenue of opportunity. If there was ever a politician in Russia, Rizkov carried the full package. But tonight, he was hunched over on the table, passed out from one too many shots. And finally, to his right was Alexander Yakolev. This man was always a mystery, in truth. Zhukov was not sure how or why he had gotten to where he is now, but all he could discern was that he was a man of his word, one of honor, and that itself is respectable enough, especially in times like these. Always behind Zhukov's back, ready to take charge of a meeting or spearhead debate. He was likely the most intelligent of the bunch, but he didn't show it. But tonight, he was engaged with a fierce drunken debate with Akromeyev regarding the attractiveness of old women. Yes, this was Zhukov's motley crew of men. Though many challenges are ahead of them, he will make sure they see themselves through, as they have many times before. God knows they must. Alright. You want to see the Comey portrait? There's Comey-san right there. The boys know a good time, at least. Ooh, that's a lot of political power we just picked up. That's what I like to hear. Hey there, Mad Beast Yeti. So, who is who here, right? So, Sergei... Well, I don't know who's actually in here. You know what? We'll talk about who they all are later. I think, mostly, I'm sure that everybody just wants to get moving on to where Zhukov's actually in charge. So we're probably going to be slamming it forward on 5-speed quite a bit. When will I do LBJ? I would say LBJ is a very strong possibility for whenever is the next time I play as the United States. Certainly if it's a pre-recorded series, but it's my understanding that LBJ still has little bugs here and there, or bugs that sometimes crop up, so that's what's kind of warding me off going too into that. Oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. 236 days. Well, we got time to kill, I guess. Who's the best choice for America? Well, it depends on, you know, perspectives, I guess. But we'll probably do something about the agriculture sooner rather than later. Yeah, we'll come down here and do the do that first. Let's just relocate the industry eastward so we can get another military factory in there. Franchan says, "Darn it, CHG, I haven't even finished your Katyusha series yet." Sorry, but it's because I don't know if I'm gonna have time to stream tomorrow, so I figured, well, let's knock it out tonight. Okay. Spoiler alert, I win because I'm awesome. But no, there's fun that's had along the way. Only wish we had more deaths of Stalin in the film world. Ah, if only, if only. Mm-hmm. Investments in Ukhta is done. Alright, let's, relocate the industry eastward. It's going to take at least a month and a great deal of organizational skill. Death of Stalin is fun. I actually rewatched that a couple weeks ago. Do I know which successor for Zhukov we're going to choose? I'll tell you, you people are never satisfied with what's in front of you. I guess I should be happy that you're even asking a question about something that's going to happen in this campaign instead of, I know that you're like 15 minutes into this campaign, but as soon as you're done, do Yaki USA. So, swell meeting, Voroshilev's office, we're meeting him. I know you're here, you brought the reports, carry on with the report, the content of the meeting. Zhukov said his goodbyes, he was pleased to see Zhukov more than he ever did Tukhachevsky. How could he possibly lose out with failure so line for him? Too good to be true. So, basically, it's just saying that Voroshilev and Zhukov get along, unlike Tukhachevsky and Voroshilev, Voroshilov, which is always fighting. Zhukov's amazing in Death of Stalin. Yeah, Jason Isaacs is a very underrated actor. So, here we go. The Croatian Autumn. The star rises. Let's see if he can pull... You know what's going to be kind of interesting going through this is seeing what's going to happen to all the various countries of the world. Like, is the United States going to still go down the same path, or the same Russian unifier is going to happen, things like that? And is Tito going to get his ship pushed in as usual as well? Okay. They just ratified the bill. So, it looks like the United States did still pass the Civil Rights Act, just token legislation. Yeah. First stream to use emoji. But what was I going to say? The Death of Stalin, right? Or... No, I was talking about something else first. Oh, yeah, so Jason Isaacs. A lot of people think that he's just using his regular accent for that role. But no, he adopted a Yorkshire accent for the role because he's like, I wanted something that had like a fuck-off accent and anything. Everybody in England knows that people from Yorkshire, the accent's inherently telling you to fuck off. After watching the OA, that Oscar Isaacs was also Mr. Malfoy. What? OA? I don't know what OA means. Sorry. Okay, so let's get working on the food thing, because soldiers can be brave, but they also need food. We ain't getting far. Okay. External investments. Yeah, let's just leave all this as it is. I don't think we're going to ever do the focus on research, nor are we going to train the troops. We're short on manpower, but we'll be okay. Looks like another LBJ. Not necessarily. That's not a guarantee, just because the token civil rights legislation passed. There's certainly other paths it could go down. It could go down, we can get RBK, for example. OA was a Netflix show. Ah. Well, anyway, what I was saying about the Death of Stalin. I also found out that Jason Isaacs was the voice of Superman in the Red Sun movie that they did. There's the Brazilian cutie. Congratulations to the champions. Yeah, could be Wallace. Definitely different paths. Looks like Irkutsk is got Buryata by the short ones. Yeah, let's hear everybody's predictions. Who's going to unite the various parts of Russia? What's going to happen with Italy? Will they be independent or go with the U.S. or go with Japan? Who's going to be the presidents in the United States? What's going to happen in England? Hello there, creative nickname. Dribble says Zhukov. Ooh, ooh. Okay, the collapse of the triumvirate. I really enjoy the recurring Duce, you know, here with Keanu. Alright, agricultural situation is done. We can do some industrial investments now, which I fully intend on doing. War planning? Nah. Okay, what's going on down here? So Tukhachevsky's making moves, but we still got a big lead. Ultimatum. We got an ultimatum from Vorkuta. They are demanding that we hand over a tribute of loot, or else they will raid us and take it from us anyway. We are in an impasse to decide. Well, that's an easy thing to do. First thing is we need to... We could... No. Come up here, because we have 2 of these. I think industrial expertise is what I'm wanting. Yeah, although the agriculture stuff's kind of nice, too. Agricultural situation, there's not much food to go around. What anime has Duse Siano? Oh, it's Girls und Panzer. Although I don't think she shows up in the original series, except for like 1 5-second scene for like a comedy thing. But this is Mussolini's son-in-law. Now she's very prominent in the Girls und Panzer das Film, which or der Film, excuse me, which we watched back in February together on the channel. That was fun. Oh yes, and of course, who's going to win in Germany? We mustn't forget that. Mad Beast Yeti says, Heydrich, Germany, the true hero of Germany, is going to win this round. How long will it take to complete the slide puzzle this time? The dead last game was not that high, but it was still high. Oh, the nightmare must have waited. Okay, so anyway, we're going to say that we're not passing down, but we're going to wait for our people to get over there and into position. There's the widget. It always gets there eventually. Oh, meet with veterans. Always be doing that. ABM. Always be meeting. WV with veterans. Yeah, this thing, the evidence of illicit activities, this is very expensive, and I don't really think we need it. Okay. I'm telling you, some of this stuff really does sound like an opera, this Soviet music. Have I ever seen AI Spear win CHG? Yes. I think I have once. But I also once saw Spear almost win, and then he just blew it. I don't know what happened. Like, he kind of had, he had Borman in a corner, and then Borman just made a comeback. What are my favorite portraits in the various regions around the world? Difficult to say. Josh Anderson claims AI Heydrich is hard-coded not to win. Interesting. Speeder won in the Comey campaign. Yeah, I think that was it. There you go. Okay, my division's in position. Yes. Organization is growing. Let's go ahead and set her up as our winter expert. Okay. Okay, so we will not back down so easily. You gulag pretending to be a country. Losers, geeks, that's what you are. So let's actually take a minute. I'm going to pause the music here to talk about who the hell is Clara, because we've played as Katyusha, and we're currently playing as we can't see her right now. Okay, we'll talk about the general that Clara plays later. AI Heydrich winning is almost statistically impossible. Yeah, I could definitely imagine it, because like he starts with just a tiny strip of land, and plus he has to depend on Burgundy. Let's be realistic. The enemy is defeated. Ha ha ha! Okay, cool. So we won down here. Let's get ready to deal with Onega. I said, to cheat to win as him, you're not good enough. We need to get good. No, it's understandable. Yeah, it takes time. We must always bet on Heydrich because one day the true hero will win and it will be glorious. Right. So let's talk about Clara, the third Pravda girl, but she played Zhukov in the Pravda France and Patagonian Workers campaigns that I've done. Let's pause the music here so I can concentrate a little better. So she plays Alexander Altuin. So Alexander Altuin was a man who was born after the revolution. Hold on. The Soviet Revolution is nice portrait. And oh yeah, and I'll talk about some of the portraits I like the most as we go around. But yeah, actually, is there a bio here, or is that just in Kaiserreich? Yeah, I guess only Kaiserreich and Equestria at War does the general bios. Okay, so Altuin had been born in after the revolution in the Soviet Union, and he joined the Red Army when he grew up, and then he went to infantry school and graduated on June 10th, 1941. That's what we call being born under a bad sign, because he then officially joined the Kharkov military district in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic on June 22nd, 1941. So I sure hope he enjoyed his leave, because things were going to get fucking busy afterwards. So during the war, he was wounded, he fought, and he got sick. He was very busy during it, doing a lot of stuff. What was kind of interesting, it's Altunin, my bad, excuse me. Not Altunin, okay. But what's kind of interesting is, he didn't actually become a communist until halfway through the war, at least not formally. And he later on got awarded Hero of the Soviet Union, just like Zhukov, because he was able to get across the Vistula during the offensives in the east and held off a German counterattack until the rest of the Soviet troops were able to get across. Anyway, after the war, he ended up going to a military academy and then later on graduated and became part of the general staff much later in his life. And then he just did various things in the defense ministry for the rest of his life. So that is who Clara plays. So, you know, he's no Zhukov, but clearly it's because he's not nearly as lucky. In fact, quite the opposite. Oh, Tito's gone down. Oh, Tito. Never seen Tito. Has anybody ever seen Tito hold on? Like, just Italy attacks Yugoslavia and it's just game over, man. Game over! Maybe that's something I should do someday. Yugoslavia. What a country! Alright. So, how's everybody been doing? Oh, I just realized the music's still off. My bad. Yes. You've seen Tito hold on when you played as Tito. I'm talking about the AI. I should have been more specific. Haha. Okay. Imagine having to still graduate military school after fighting for the entirety of the largest war in history. Yep. Let's see here. Who plays Clement Voroshilov? You know what? I actually don't know. But she's very fuzzy. She's got a big fuzzy Ushenka, fuzzy coat, a fuzzy turtleneck. She is warm, which you need to be in Archangel, so it seems like a good portrait choice. Let's see here. No, I'm not interested in any of these except for here. Yes, secure control. Always be securing control. Zhukov's starting to catch up on me a little bit. Appease Tukhachevsky. This gives me stability and decreases factionalism, but it will increase his influence. Alright, so we're going to ignore that. We're probably... Damn, I'm starting to think we are going to have to compile evidence against him. Maybe we could swing over and meet with Yakovlev real quick. You were never really interested in Turkish history until I played Suzerain and learned sword that is inspired by Turkey. Oh, yes. Turkish history is very interesting, and I'm speaking about it in the sense that, like, you know, relative to Ottoman history, because they're two different countries as far as I'm concerned. Hold on here. Oh, we can get some anti-air research bonus. That's interesting. You know, maybe we'll do that instead of artillery. Yeah. You want things to... Okay. Pizza Time seems to be a little bit upset with Zhukov being in charge here. On the clock. Clocks go tick-tock. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Verify. Did I verify it today? Ah! I'm okay. Almost lost my cool there. Alright. So, what were we gonna do here? I was thinking... The SNP holds on in Scotland. Well, we'll see what happens in England if we're gonna get Violet to Evergarden again. Alright, Mongolian Civil War. The Red Army declared war on the Co-Prosperity Sphere of Mongolia and won. Now we turn our attention to the northern factories of Central Siberia. From Taiga to British seas, the Red Army stands above all. Okay. The taiga, by the way, I think is referring to the snow forest region, like that strip of land in the northern hemisphere, is what it means by taiga. Let's see here. Yeah, I never lose my cool. Exactly. Surprised you haven't mentioned Yagoda. Oh, what, for favorite portraits? Oh, because of the big booba and you can see the red lacy bra. No, okay, yeah, so what are my favorite portraits? Violet Evergarden was interesting there in England, even if she was in a permanent scowl. Besides that, let me think here. Man, we gotta get our hands on some infantry equipment ASAP. Which is gonna be a little tricky, I think. Yeah. But who? Obviously, I like the Pravda girls. You know, here in Poletsky and Ukhta, that's fun. Just because you know, girls in Panzer, but also the it's not just girls in Panzer, but also the how it's canon from Moe Reich. That's fun. Who else did I like? Afghanistan sticks out because I think it's clearly based on that National Geographic picture. I'm skipping a lot of these events that we've already seen before. Who else was cool? There's a lot of oh wow, the Decembris one here in Tomsk. Okay, cool. So things are starting to kick off here. There's a lot of cool Comey ones. Of course, Comeyception is fun. But let's see. Oh yeah, Aryan Brotherhood. This is just perfect, right? You know, got Rommel herself here as Wagner. Tukhachevsky got raided by Comey. Shit. There was something that was happening the first time we were going through here where I'm pretty sure Onega raided Tukhachevsky and took his loot, so then we just ended up taking that same loot from Onega. What does Australia and New Zealand have? Okay, let's find out. Let's see here. It's Hachima! It's Harold Holt! Harold Holt, aka Hato Hachima. That is amazing. I love it. Let's see here. And then I don't know who this is for New Zealand, but fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I think the music's a little loud. I'm going to turn it down, okay, guys? But let's see. You have Tanya the Evil over here in Amor, which I've never actually seen that. I get recommended it constantly, but I have not seen it myself. Who else is great? The Kemerov heirs are Noel and Calliope Mori from Hololive as well, so that's really fun. What's the Irish portrait? The Irish one for the Republic of Ireland. This is Sean Francis Lamasse's portrait. And then we have the NCSZ, which I always forget what this stands for. It's like the Northern County Security Zone or some shit. Okay, who's the Japanese portrait? I don't know who this is, but there they are. Rectangular framed glasses. Alright. New decisions, new decisions. Let's meet with the veterans again. Aye, Tukhachevsky's almost caught up with us. Oh, but we could deploy Red Army labor battalions. That's going to be very good for me. We could purchase anti-tank equipment. Not interested. We still can't do any raids yet, because apparently nobody around us has loot. But Vortuga actually does. But Vorkuta, excuse me, not Vortuga. That's something different. An ultimatum. Oh, there it is, Onega. So they must have just gotten a piece of loot or something, but we will not break it down so easily. Yeah. Gonna be nice and easy. Who's in Cornwall? Cornwall here. There's Franz Halder. Wow, that is some silvery gray hair and matching eyes. Pride of the Wehrmacht. Huh. Well-trained veterans rivaling even the Wehrmacht soldiers. Wasn't that good for them? As for all the little countries here in West Africa, here is Wolofia. Oh my god! Oh no, she's wearing a turtleneck. I just thought they were just out. You know, you know what I'm saying? Here is Jola, aka Gambia. We've got, that's part of the Iberian Union there. Here is Guinea. Here is Mendi, Liberia. There's Free France. Stupid de Gaulle. Too stupid to even know how to put a coat on. Look, he's only got half of his coat on. The other part's just hanging, I guess. There's Ghana, Gebeland, Yorubland, the Cameroon African State. This is the Iberian Union again. And then down here are Der Nazis. The Iberian Council doesn't have an anime portrait. Boo. Don't worry, there's plenty of them later. Oscar Langley should probably be in Germany. Brazil. Here is Juscelino Kubitschek. Okay. Any more warlord development I could do? Nothing that I want to do here. Feels like the 5 speed's dragging a little bit. But, you know, as more unifications happen, it speeds up. That always happens. Oh, de Gaulle, yeah, looks great. Just clearly no brain. Just hollow from ear to ear. You can look one ear and see out the other. Let's see here. Look at Madagascar. Yes, I guess we should before it blows up. This is Emile Maurice. I wish the United States would come just help me evacuate. My feet hurt. Alright, pragmatic diplomacy time. So we can get limited exports. Tukhachevsky is officially tied with me. What's going on with the African anarchy? It's just a tent. But over here we have Cat Girl Giuseppe Castellano. And then the Egypt one carries over. Oh, what's going on? Pizza Time says 2.0 honkers. So I haven't seen, I don't even know if it's available in English, even like fan subtitles yet. I have not seen the 4th Ava movie yet of the rebuild. But I did recently see numbers 2 and 3, 2.0 and 3.0 of the rebuilds. And without getting too much into spoilers, the second one I thought was really, really good. But then the third one just fell off of a cliff. And there was still good stuff in it, but it was just classic why I'm always so torn when it comes to Neon Genesis Evangelion. It goes back and forth so much. Is that a friggin' shotgun over here with Yugra? State of Turkestan has declared war on Karakalpakstan. Yeah, Turkmenistan, terrific portrait. One of my faves. Okay, we can do industrial investments now. Kashira. See, Kashira. Alright. So, what was I saying, though? What was I talking about? Yeah, but Neon Genesis Evangelion, there goes Eric Koch. The 3.0 was very disappointing, but I'm pretty sure I know the direction it's going in for 4.0, and that's fine and all, but, like, I think it actually could kind of be, be encapsulated by the character of Mary, and, like, when I watched 2.0 and 3.0, it was in the same night with a friend of mine, and, he said, oh, yeah, let's look at the Villagers, we've got Gortsky here, the Euro League. Securing food. Will you need anything else, Comrade Grechko? Yeah. Alright. We can go agriculture stuff. Obviously, we want the stuff that's going to help us the most. Fractured Republic. Became independent. We'll deploy the diplomatic arm to Komi. Hopefully, we can get an eventual alliance. But Aryan Russia. Oh yeah. Somebody wanted me to look at Novopolska. It's Marian Spykalski. All right, and then what's going on here? Tukhachevsky's gonna make some moves. Bust a move. But yeah. So I was watching the Ava movies with a friend of mine, and then the character of Mary showed up. So she's the one who wears the pink suit and has glasses. And when she first shows up, I went, wait a second. Her name's Mary. Like the Virgin Mary, because, you know, frickin' religious symbolism in the series. And Anno's full of shit when he just like, oh, I just think crosses are cool. Liar! There's too much specific stuff in there. You're bullshitting. So, wow! Love this Tatarstan one. It's so detailed. Look at the clothing. Terrific. Very, very nice. Wow. So Mary was at least kind of, she got a lot of screen time, was rather developed in the second movie. In fact, maybe too much. I was telling my friend that she was such an example of waifu bait. Just put the bait out there for people, right? And, Turkestan won. Well done, or no, wait, which one's Turkestan? Hold on. Who's where? I'm losing track of where everybody is here. There's Tajikistan. Will there be a Hydric game at some point? It's not a high priority right now. I'll say that much. Oh, we can meet with the veterans again. This is good because we barely have enough political power to do that. So we're keeping a healthy lead over Tukhachevsky. Let's finally get rid of the agricultural insecurity. That's going to help with the political power gain quite a bit. So, redo Hyperborea to see how big Velmir's honkers are. Have you guys not seen who Velmir is? Oh, this is terrific portrait, this thing. I don't know what's going on with, like, the scroll or whatever, but I like this portrait. Well, not the portrait. The portrait's just, no, it's okay. This, though, I like. So then, yeah, she's total... So Mary is, like, total waifu bait, if I've ever seen it. And then in the third one, she's barely in it at all. And she's not really elaborated on. And, That was really annoying. What does Ho Chi Minh look like? He looks like Uncle Ho. No, okay, good old Uncle Ho. But no, let's see here. What's going on? We're kind of freezing up. There we go. Well, right now we don't see Ho Chi Minh. It's still under Bao Dai here. But somebody please remind me, although it's not going to happen this stream. Wow, this Nepalese leader is extremely cheerful. It's just radiating off the picture. But yeah, Mary also just stuck out so much because, and like this isn't spoilers, but like essentially the key crux of her character is unlike little bitch ass Shinji, who, yes, I know he's only 14 and he's got depression and he's got a lot of pressure on him, and I get it, he's still a little bitch. But like, you know, unlike her, she wants to get in the goddamn robot, other than daddy, you know, doesn't need to have daddy telling her to do it every 5 seconds. Alright. So, and then of course here we have Kaganovich. This one I really like. This is just so adorable. The Lazar Kaganovich, especially when you get it paired with the, like I did in the Russian unification video for TMO, which you guys should all go see if you haven't already. But with the portrait of Stalin focus, it's just so cute. You want me to look at Cheetah? I'll tell you what, the Cheetah under Mikhail II super event music has just been trapped in my head. So then I listen to it, which gets it further trapped in my head. It's called Nebula Sky. Heterochromia. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. Yeah. She's got heterochromatic eyes, one red, one blue. Look at El Salvador. Sure. Let's check out all of Central America. There's El Salvador. Looks like she's drinking some tea. There's Miguel Fuentes in Guatemala. Well, look who's won the Welsh elections. Oh, Comenasari, England, but I'm afraid that we are the beacon of freedom now. Comenasari. I think that's how they say it. Comenasari. There's Belize. Okay, some sort of secret agent thing going on here, I guess. Honduras. Doesn't she know smoking's bad for you? A little bit of a different style, though. Don't hate it. Certainly do not hate it. Oh, yeah, and we found the National Focus Unknown girl. She's a leader somewhere. Couldn't find her, though. Here's Nicaragua. You know, with that little hat, for a second I thought she was a nurse or something. And then Costa Rica, great color hair. I guess it's because of the environment, right? You know, and whatnot. All right, let's scavenge for some loot and also get ready for another raid. What else can we do here? Yeah, we're doing good. We're keeping a healthy lead on Tukhachevsky. Who's the one in India? Yeah, right here. Nehru. Yeah, that's Coco from HoloLive with her nose and everything. Alright. It's really terrible how she's been treated, though, just because of the Taiwan thing. I actually saw a little clip the other day where she was... I don't know, maybe the translation was weird, but it was basically seeming as though Coco was saying she didn't want to collaborate with any of HoloLive. Like, she wants to collaborate with HoloLive English, but she's been telling them no so far because she doesn't want to bring the fucking people who keep harassing her into their streams. How do I know all these animes? I don't know all the animes. Well, like, but some of it I've been told after I found out about this. Like, so for example, I think that this is Kaganovich is supposed to be a character from Arknights. Now, I've never played Arknights, but I was told that. And then, you know, some of them I, like, you know, because I was getting when I made the playlist of the Russian unification music, you know, it would have the name of it in there and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would say until about this time a year ago, you guys would be really surprised with how relatively little anime I'd ever seen. So we've been drinking with Yakolev to the Marshal, into it. Let's see, we're drinking vodka. We could teach a thing or two or 10. Okay, so he's buying his brewery local. I'm afraid this bottle is all he could make for now. Grand Marshal of the War has been harsh on his grain and potatoes. Well, some other time then. I'm sure he will appreciate your patronage. Alright, have a good night, Ian. Who's Yazov? Yazov, I don't think has appeared yet. Oh, no, there it is. No, but who is Yazov? Well, actually, if you guys ever want to see who a specific character is, just go to your local YouTube channel, YouTube website. YouTube.com is the address that takes me there. And then type in the MOE Order Russian Unification, and you hit enter, and then the video I uploaded should be the first one there. And then, you know, I'm just going to drag it over. By the way, in advance, let me just tell you, ignore anything you see in my suggesteds, because YouTube doesn't know whether I'm coming or going anymore, so I just get really weird stuff recommended to me all the time. So just don't pay any attention to it, okay? So anyway, so what I did is, if you go over here to the Russian unification thing, you just come over here, and I pinned a comment, and I think people haven't been clicking read more, but I have all the characters here. So for example, Kikanovich is played by somebody called Rosa from Arknights. And then just like if we go up here, Nonna plays Zhukov. So then if you go further down, I put a second list that has the names of the songs from this. Like, what is this Game of Thrones crap? Get this shit out of here. Alright, so you see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, and then I made a playlist of all the songs as well, right here, so you could go through all of those. It's admittedly not in order yet, but you could cross-reference with the other thing. Oh my gosh, look at Nonna's assets, maybe? No, I guess she's sitting on her assets, but that feels a little bit out of proportion, that picture. Yeah. Just, you ever need to reference who a character is or something like that, just go do there. That's why, that's why the time was spent, so that people could look that up. Alright. Where were we? Music. Where's the music? Oh shoot, I accidentally turned off the music. My bad. Hold on. Gotta get the doggone music on. Give me a second here, everybody. Alright. Peter John Jude says, dude, serious effort on your part, thank you. Well, I do appreciate it, the thanks, but it was a team effort. A lot of it obviously was organized by the developers of the MOE Order, and then I just copy and pasted and typed and cut and did different various things like that. But believe me, while I put time into it, the heavy lifting was done by the MOE Order team. Now, I did put a lot of time into it, don't get me wrong, but it's... hold on a second, I'm just trying to set up the music here. Let's listen to some patriotic music from the Soviet Union. Even though I was like cutting up the video and stuff like that, I was only able to do that. Like, it would have taken me even longer if it wasn't for the work put in by the MOE Reich team. Let's go ahead and initiate this raid. They need Yukari to do the fish dance to beat back the Russians. They refuse tribute. How many times do we need to teach you this lesson, Onega? Oh, Vorkuta is trying to be cute with me. Where is the true Soviet Union? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Because it's almost philosophical in a way, because we are basically the Red Army. Hold on a second here. New workers or new schools? Let's do... no, let's keep working on industry stuff. Which one am I not already improving? No, I'm already improving these both. They're both good to have. Let's do equipment, though, I guess. Actually, we're not doing anything with the research facilities. Let's at least get that started. Okay. Because you... Hold on a sec. Yeah, hold on a sec, hold on. Food for the hungry. Guess we're not going hungry tonight. Very nice. Alright, we're going to start the border war, and then I'm going to go through all the red armies and whatnot, and or the potentially real, freaking... Who's the real Soviet Union? Okay, so we will not back down so easily. Now then, so you've got various portions of people who are claiming to be the Soviet Union. So West Russian Revolutionary Front, you know, creative nickname, has already said, you know, Yagoda over here in Irkutsk, he's the head of the Presidium, but is the Presidium the Soviet Union? And then Baratia... But I guess Barutia, you could kind of argue, is definitely not the Soviet Union because they were rebelling against Irkutsk. So if they have any sort of legitimacy after they win, they only take it from Irkutsk, but then even that's via coup. Unless you argue that they're inhabiting the true spirit of Leninism in the original Russian Revolution, meaning the original Communist Revolution in October, not the February one. So you've got the Red Army over here, and you've got the Presidium over here. But there's still more. So, for example, you've got the People's Revolutionary Council, which I believe is supposed to be essentially members of the Presidium and other members of the Soviet Union that fled east. But then when Yagoda, as the former head of the NKVD, essentially seized control, they fled so they wouldn't get purged. So you could say that Irkutsk is not the Presidium. In fact, it is actually the NKVD pretending to be the Presidium, pretending to be the Soviet Union, and the People's Revolutionary Council is the actual Presidium. It's Buryatia. Excuse me, my bad. Thank you, though. Then you've got Komi, which can go to the left, because, for example, you have Bukharina, who is the daughter of Bukharin, who in this timeline was basically the Stalin. He was the Lenin's successor. So his daughter is in Komi and can take charge, but you've also got Stalina, but she doesn't go communist at all, so she's not really Soviet Union material. But you've got like Suslov, who was a part of the West Russian Revolutionary Front before it broke off. Thank you, Nico Wolf. I do try. So like, you could argue that maybe Suslov and his machinations, that's how you truly get the Soviet Union up and running. And oh, here we go. The men stood by, or in this case, the women stood by the sill calmly and waited their turn to jump. This just looks like some weird slice of life anime thing. She's like, oh my god, did I do that? Just, womp womp. Accidentally destroyed the economy. On your first day at the job, too. Oh no. Yeah. So like, you've got a couple of different versions of like communism that can come out of Komi. Maybe those are the... I would argue, though, that that's a lower tier, except for, you know, that's a lower tier of legitimacy because freaking communist thought is not typically spread in a hereditary fashion. So, you know, Bukharina, it's a little bit more of a stretch to say that she's the true heir to the Soviet Union because she's the literal heir to her father. Alright, time for some doctrinal reevaluation. I think that we can we meet with the vets again? Nice. And there's still more. I'm not even done yet. Hold on. Secure control. So then, yeah, running to Wall Street with toaster teeth. Now you're getting it. Yeah, then you've got the Free Aviators, one of my favorite portraits for sure, by the way. But they're like a branch of the army. They're just like the remnants of the Air Force, and it's my understanding that they don't try to be a government. They just try to do their best to hold off the terror bombings. These night witches. So we're still not even done yet with all the potential Soviet Unions. So over here in Tyumen, we've got Kaganovich, which I think was part of the original October Revolution. So he's friggin' old. In fact, let me check that. Let me double check that. I'm looking it up in the other monitor right now. Yeah. So this guy was born in 1893. So he's freaking 70 years old at the start of the game, or not the start of the game, but where we are now. So he, stretches back to the October Revolution. Led the revolt in Belarus, consolidated Soviet, control. And so, like, he is, like, really representative, I think, of the Soviet Union outside of Russia. Because remember, the Soviet Union is not just Russia. This guy lived to be almost 100 years old. Kaganovich, in real life, he lived until 1991. So maybe this is kind of like a different brand of, Sablin, like we're trying to return to Leninism, but we could say, he's friggin' old. Now, who else? I feel like there's still some more Soviet Union branches that we're forgetting. Are we? No, that might be all of them. So you've got Irkutsk, you've got Sablin and Buryatia. Then the People's Revolutionary Council, and Komi, and Tyumen, and the West Russian Revolutionary Front. So who is the legitimate ones? Oh, right, Kamchatka. But I think Kamchatka is more like... Kamchatka is like the Night Witches, right? The aviators. Because I think they're... Oh, that's a terrific portrait. Because like they're just like these small remnants of the Soviet Navy, and now they're just pirates. I don't think they try to claim to be a legitimate government. Let's go for mistakes of the past. I don't know if we're going to get to Spartan discipline again. So let's try to work instead on industry. I forgot Vilevsky in Western Mongolia. No, I didn't. No, I did. I said, yeah, that's the People's Revolutionary Council. I brought him up. There's a Trotsky branch. And oh, you're talking about the Posadas? Oh, yeah, Nova Polska is technically the Soviet Union, too. Right. But they do... But they're then again, I don't know much about them. But, like... with their political affiliation, I don't think that they're kind of going for like a communist Soviet Union or anything like that. Hold on here. We have a massive lead on Tukhachevsky. I think we're going to stop doing stuff. Yeah, the mantle of legitimacy lies between Yagoda and the Revolutionary Front. Right. I would agree. Those are the strongest quote-unquote claims. And, if anybody was around for during the Katyusha campaign, when I started talking about the War of the Roses and stuff like that, and we talked about primogeniture succession, just because feudalism's gone doesn't mean that, first off, feudalistic succession was never as cut and dry as we would like to think, and even since then, it still isn't. Very difficult things. Lots of aliens, very blessed. Let's see. Negabot says, I like that Kaganovich lived long enough to actually witness everything he worked for to crumble into dust and the revolutionary ultimately and finally fail. That is kind of true. Yeah, so he was alive to help start the Soviet Union, and then he dies July 25th, 1991. So, yeah, it was pretty much over by then for the Soviet Union. Okay. Of course, I think one of the reasons he lived so long is he was basically being kept alive in prison. I think it was under Khrushchev he went to prison. Maybe. But, he kind of had it coming. He tried to coup Khrushchev, so, like, what was Khrushchev supposed to do? Alright, let's go learn from America. Like, I'm just saying, you can be the sweetest man alive, and if, somebody tries to coup you, nobody's going to blame you for then throwing them in prison to rot. Let's see here. Not that I'm saying that Khrushchev was the sweetest man alive. Funny, though, with an I, you know. The Soviets didn't officially fall yet until August. Yeah, it's yeah, but it's really difficult to keep track of what happened when in the Soviet Union, at least for me, because I haven't like spent a ton of time covering it. But I know there was like, you know, you had Gorbachev and Perestroika, and then like you know that saying, you know, sometimes there's weeks where decades happens because you had the coup attempts, but it was like a coup to restore the Soviet Union the way it was supposed to be, and whatever, and just. And then there was the thing on Christmas when the Berlin Wall actually falls, and you know, like, it's almost like, you know what? It's almost like, when do you say that the Cold War officially ends, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna keep saving up this political power. We're pretty much done here. Where's Molotov in all this? I don't know. Maybe he's already dead. I don't know. Yeah. Free State of Magadan declared war on an all-Russian government of Amur. Alright, here we go. Train your mother. What? Okay, so it looks like we have we caught a CIA agent. Yeah, stranded CIA agent dusted snow off his coat and stood up, facing fully his new class for the next 3 months. That's one way to start boot camp. So like, yeah, somebody told this guy to go that he could fuck his mother, and then the CIA guy just took him down with some CQC, some close quarter combat, baby. Let's see here. Into the future, time keeps on. Kazakhstan is the true successor of the Soviet Union. Ura! Yeah. It's kind of like one of those things. Now, this is going to sound like a strange comparison. It's like the Monday Night Wars that happened in the 90s and early 2000s between two American wrestling companies. One was called WWE. Well, it was WWF at the time. And the other one was WCW. Which, so it's really fascinating studying the history of the war between them. Especially because it's like, it's because, like, it's almost a philosophical question. Like, when was the Monday Night Wars over? Because you can some people will say, well, the Monday Night Wars ended when WCW went out of business, because that's what eventually happened. What's happening? Ah! There we go. So, who's in charge of Bashkira? Oh, somebody needs a shower. Let's see here. Which is not to say that, like, Muslims are dirty. That's not what I'm saying. It's because she just looks dirty. An ultimatum from Vorkuta. We will defeat their ass once more. Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, most people will say, well, the Monday Night Wars ended in 2001 in, like, March and April, because that's when WCW went out of business and they were bought by Vince McMahon. But I would say that I'm kind of in agreement that, like, the Monday Night Wars had already ended for some time. But, like, there's this one guy called Dave Meltzer who's a generally respected commentator on professional wrestling and, like, the history of it and stuff. A lot of people also like to hate on him. I think, like, worshiping him or hating on him, both of those things are wrong. That's not the right way to look at it. Anyway, but he talks about how... yeah, step one, make joke whenever Vorkuta is mentioned. Step 2, ascend from the darkness. Oh my gosh, Tukachevsky's gonna get looted again. He's getting raided. So Dave Meltzer, he was talking about, like, for him, what he kind of felt was the definitive moment of the Monday Night Wars was this moment when a bunch of wrestlers in WCW went over to WWE, or excuse me, WWF, and they were a bunch of young guys. It was like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. I'm sure you all know who Chris Benoit is for reasons, and stuff like that. And he always talks about how, like, when he saw that moment happen, when those guys, that group of guys, they were called the Radicals, left WCW and showed up in WWE, he was like, he knew that the Monday Night Wars had already been over. Like WWF had like won for some time, but when that happened, he knew that WCW, the company, was gonna die. Because that was their future, was all the young, talented guys. They were gone. And so kind of, how did I get onto this? So yeah, it's kind of like that with the Soviet Union, and I'm not arguing about whether or not... Kipsu is like a bot. He always knows when we've been streaming for 69 minutes. He's ready for it. But it's kind of like that with the Soviet Union, and it's whether or not you agree with the philosophy of the Soviet Union. That's not what we're talking about here. But it's one of those things where, at what point was the Cold War over, and then at what point was the Soviet Union definitely going to die? Because those are not necessarily the same things. Okay, do I want to do industrial investments? I could barely afford it. Okay. By the way, I'm probably not going to stream too much longer. It's been a very long day, and we did that crazy long stream earlier today. So, but I think I'm going to do tomorrow. Keep an eye out for it on my Twitter, which I barely use, but I'm going to try to start using more. I think tomorrow, depending on how much work I have to do, I'm going to make some beef stroganoff to celebrate having won as a Katyusha. Because that is her favorite food, I remember her saying in the movie that we watched a couple months ago. Because everybody was naming they wanted to name the operation they were going to do after their favorite food. And so she goes, Operation Beef Stroganoff! I'm thinking here. Give me a second, guys. Twitter is evil. I know, but I feel like I'm supposed to have one for the channel. Like, it's something you gotta do if you're a streamer, you know? Chicken stroganoff. Yeah, I probably should have learned how to do that. It's probably cheaper than a beef. But no, I found a good price on some beef. But I was having trouble finding the beef needed for beef stroganoff. It's because Easter. It was this Easter weekend, and so like the market I usually go to, the shelves were literally almost completely bare. All the meat was gone. And then I went again today, and they didn't have that particular cut of meat, which was weird because they usually have stuff. Because the market that I usually go to has like, you can sometimes get pretty good deals on meat there. Well, yeah, just generally. Like, there's a reason I go there. Because they've got the butcher in-house. So they cut everything up, so you can buy everything there. You can buy... And I've actually been thinking that maybe as the summer goes along, I want to try learning to cook some more non-traditional parts of meat. Because I have a cookbook for a lot of that stuff. So, like, you can buy beef heart, you can buy, you know, the liver... and you know, just the various parts. Like, there's more to meat than just, like, you know, okay, like with beef, there's more than just like the roast and the gram and stuff. The Verona Conference ends. Pizza to celebrate. There's the Duce again. Let's see here. What do we want to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do, boys? What are we going to do? Let's figure it out. I think we're just mostly waiting then for, because I don't want to purchase the anti-tank equipment or the towed artillery either. I would like to do this military parade, but we simply do not have the equipment. We're getting a little closer. Yeah, we just don't have it. And I don't want to disband a unit either to get it. Oh, you guys are answering what leaders in let's see, Sabin trying Pepsi and liking it. Oh, I don't really drink soda myself. Too sugary. Sean McClellan says, I'm literally making a speech for my class on why executions are bad. And I'm watching this as an example. Yeah. Alright, well, that's going to be an interesting speech. At least your teacher won't be bored. I think that's generally a good idea whenever you're going to do a topic or something in a class. Try to do something that's not going to bore your teacher or professor. Traveler James coming in to say, shoot the detractors. I'm wondering if he's going to do that no matter what I'm playing, or if it's only when I'm playing authoritarian socialists. I could be doing a Shostakovich humanist run as Tomsk, which I don't know what that's like, but I imagine it's very hippie, happy stuff. And it's still just, shoot the detractors! Shoot all those who like the work of, who would be like the opposite of Shostakovich in the musical world. I don't know. He'd probably like Aaron Copland. Jeez. I've taken too long to make this joke. Let's move on. Alright. So... Oh, cool. We can secure control again now. Let's get the stability, baby. Have I ever played Alexander Men? No, I have not. I want to at some point play either Alexander Men or Amur, because those are the two who I consistently hear are the most difficult ones. Amur because they get tag teamed. You know, they got to do a handicap match because they got to fight Cheetah and Magadan at the same time. And I think they also, like, there's some sort of RNG thing with Japan. But, Alexander Men is, I hear, is also supposed to be kind of hard because, well, like, he only shows up, like, 2 years into the game, so everybody else is ahead of them already. You know, so he's got 2 years to catch up to do. Although in my Pravda campaign that I'm doing, the Pravda France, I was about 2 years behind when I tagged over to France, and so that was an interesting challenge, and I've been able to pull that off. Forward unto dawn. What the hell is going on with this infantry equipment? Jesus. 21 days. You know what? No, I don't have any factories to move around. I don't even have enough factories for what I've got already. Shit. Okay, hold on. So we're talking to our crew here. Rizkov, you've always had the revolution first and foremost in your heart. It'll serve the front well once we rejoin our comrades from around the world. If only I had your spirit when I was young. Akromeyev, the diligence you show in your task impresses even the Grand Marshal. Compound with your studiousness and, well, I dare say even Bukharin would find no better man to carry his legacy. Yakolev, who else in the Red Army is quicker to remind me of our actions' repercussions or of our fruitful ties with the Americans? That even our sorry state never diminished. Your idealism is impressive and envious. Alright, they were like children awaiting a scolding. Voroshilov will kick the bucket soon. Then it is up to us to drag the... Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be trying to do a Nonna impression, huh? Voroshilov will kick the bucket soon, and then it is up to us to drag the front out of Artsengel and restore its old glory. And when... Oh, jeez, it's hard. The accent's not great, and then when I also try to do Nonna at the same time, it doesn't get better. And when my own time comes, that task falls to you three alone. The burden shall be heavy on your shoulders, I know, but for the Rodina, we shall bear it regardless. They listened as dutiful sons listened to their fathers. Okay. Don't want to do the anti-tank equipment. We got a huge lead on Tukhachevsky. I think we're going to be just fine. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Traveler James said something, but it was retracted. I wonder what it was. You want the Bastards, they're the Pragmatic Salon, but you should play all of them eventually. Well, there's just so many paths. Like, how many paths did I put in the, freaking the unification video? There was, I think, 48. There's 48 possible paths to unify Russia right now. That is not, and consider that a lot of these nations still haven't been developed yet. You know, Bashkiria, does not have a tree yet. I don't know if they're going to be able to unite Russia, but you know what I'm saying? You think I'm a ween? Well, like a wiener? Also good to see you, Dylan98. It's been a little while. But who's in charge in Komi? Boris Ponomaryov. Speaking of Suslov, his puppet is in charge. The affable puppet. I really like the Suslov super event, you know, where you get shot at the end of it. That's fun. Oh, a weeb. Nah, I'm saying. Let's see. How are you doing, CHG? Doing good. Did a lot of streaming today, but it's because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow, so I'm just doubling down. But we're going to probably end it here pretty soon. I'm wondering if maybe finishing forward onto Dawn would be a good place to stop. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Some of these probably will never actually, you know, unify Russia. You know, I can't imagine Gorky doing it. There we go. Adolf Hitler has died. Can we get the crab dance in the chat, please? You know, you read it once, you read it twice, you read it a dozen times more, and it's still always awesome. A day to remember. Isn't that a band? I don't know. Dylan98 says, cheers, CHG, I liked your Nixon vid. Oh, thank you very much. I do encourage people to check out my Nixon video, the little miniature documentary I had. I really want to get some feedback on it. Will we manually declare war on Germany again? Like I did with the Katyusha campaign? Probably not. I think Zhukov is more patient. He's going to wait. He's going to wait to the Cold War. Yeah. Let's see. All right, he's going to wait for the Cold War to keep developing. Plus, that gets into TNO2 stuff, where he's going to be canonically the leader, or I think, or one of the potential leaders. I think, I don't know. The TNO2 stuff is not set in stone, but he's going to at least, the West Russian Revolutionary Front is at least going to be the ones that unified the Western Russia. But obviously these sorts of things are malleable, and I don't expect TNO2 anytime soon. So we shouldn't even talk about it. Let's move on. Okay, cool. Hitler is dead. So now the Luftwaffe bombings have stopped, and a million things are going to start happening, and the world is going to explode. So let's get through all these events. Oh shit, don't crash on me, not after St. Crispin's Day. TNO2 won't happen for years. Yeah, probably. Here we go, the German Civil War. Oh, I didn't notice the portrait before. In the wake of Adolf Hitler's death, the Reich has erupted into chaos, despite the Führer's appointment of a legal successor. I think it was, he said Heydrich, right? Powerful factions within the Reich have taken up arms against one another with the interest of leading the nation in their vision. The nation is torn, with entire garrisons ignoring orders from Germania and flocking to the successor of their choice. Though the gravity of the situation is not yet known, it is estimated that the Reich is either facing or already experiencing total collapse of central authority. Though not much is known about the fate of the Reich's eastern administrations, the sudden cessation of contact between Germania and her possessions has created speculation on if those regions too will find their fate. What is known for sure, however, is that the collapse of Europe's Titan has thrown the continent asunder. The end of the Reich, surely. Super event! It is thus necessary that the individual should finally come to realize that his own ego is of no importance in comparison with the existence of the nation, he said in a flawless German accent. So it begins. Alright, place your bets, everybody. Who do we got? We got Heydrich's Germany over here, leader of the SS, basically, full-blown Burgundian system. You know, designated successor, like I said, over here along the Rhineland. We've got Bormann's Germany, who seems to have taken quite a large chunk of southern Germany, the Bavarian region, and quite a bit more. You know, kind of just standard. Yo, I'm a Nazi. You know, steady as she goes. We've got Speer, who is not a Nazi, just a fascist, because he's not a racist, I guess. So he's the reformist candidate up here in the northwest, and of course, the militarist Göring in the Prussian regions. Oh, actually, since when does Heydrich start with Prussia? Actually, what the fuck? I don't remember that. Okay, well that's new to me. All right, so yeah, place your bets, people. Okay. The Franco-Burgundian War has begun. Can they beat my record of beating France in 12 days? So they've got until November 10th. Was it? Oh, it's okay, Caesar. It's okay. Soon. You wish Tabby had a higher chance to win so you get the feeling of saving Russia? That's funny. That's a good way to think of it. That's like people who always go after Berea in Kaiserreich. They want to just go kill him. They go out of their way to kill him. It's like, I'm playing Peru, but I'll make a navy to get over to Georgia. Chaos in Ostland. A Reich divided. Burgundy moving fast. Moving real fast. The bombings have stopped. Okay. If you look up Eagle Nazi in a Google image search, Reinhard Heydrich is the first that shows up. Good candidate. It's hard to argue with that. Cash disappearance causes Moscow in turmoil. Look at that fuzzy coat. And then Les exposed. That's how you get sick, people. Oh, are we gonna get Anarchy Moscow again? Hans Speidel has seized control of Germania. More trouble in Germany. Yeah, I made the same mistake last time. I thought that was the older sister from Girls und Panzer, the German one with the brown hair, the main character's older sister. Alright, so let's get our industry up and running here. Okay, now England's blowing up. The raid has been also successful. Let's start the industry. Let's get some industry equipment stuff going. Expansions into Africa. So much happens after Hitler dies. It really is the kicking off the game for real. Nice, we can purchase some infantry equipment and they better fucking give it to us so we can actually have a military parade, please. Alright, also, who we got up here? Himmler's England or the Kingdom? Who will prevail? The Warsaw Uprising is happening. Emil Feldorf. Relics of the past. What is this? Machines or memories of the past? What? Yeah, I think we're getting Chaos Moscow, guys. There's Oriol. Wow, they actually gave us the fucking equipment. Excuse my cursing. I seem to do it more in TNO. It's the grimdark world. So let's hold that military parade, which is going to help with our army professionalism. I don't think we're going to be able to get to Spartan discipline, but it would be nice if we can get to professional army before the end of this. Hidden heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. Africa Shield's being formed, so South Africa's about to get going. Come on. Come on! Bring development to Ostland stuff. So are we going to get the full-blown Antichrist popping up in Moscow? I forgot to save my snip of that before. The Serbs are rising up. Though they're not living on their knees, they're going to rise up. Territory of the military commander in Siberia and the Serbian National Liberation Front are at war. Karl Donetsk seizes Crimea. I've always thought this is kind of funny and weird. Just, why am I doing this? Okay. What a way to save the Navy, huh? Save the Navy. Oh, there goes Madagascar. There's the Jewish leader and the rest. So much is happening. Yeah, South Africa's about to explode. Whoop. Come on. Come on. Yeah. There it is, the South African War, and here are our motor women. Why does she have her pistol out? Africa in chaos. Typical. Hit the music! And I think this is supposed to be Megumin here. Yeah. Not very long super event because, you know, copyright. But as a streamer, I appreciate it. And Norway has gone democratic. Democracy? In Europe? You having yourself a giggle, mate? No, they're gonna try anyway. So, yeah, it looks like Krasnoyarsk is getting destroyed by Novosibirsk. We're in the folk music section of this music playlist thing, by the way. Alright, so everything's improving right now except for the poverty rate. Africa Shield just intervened in South Africa. Now it's going to start getting a little crazy. We're still going to make tanks. We are Nonna. Look, maybe you think Novosibirsk is going to unify the center again? I don't know. Let's see what Tomsk does here with the Serbian Black Army. Antichrist is up! Yep. Bogi Smeri, ultranationalism. Hold on a minute. Snip. Hold on, I'm trying to get the snip up. The snipping tool. Open up, would ya? Here we go. Okay, Caesar, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Don't worry. There we go. Okay. Yeah, here's the Red Star United Army under Miktar Abretsunyam. They were supposed to have removed Bogi Smerti. Really? No more Antichrist? Wait, so I forget. Are you one of the devs for TNO, or... Not that I'm trying to be like disrespectful or anything, but what is that something that they thought they had removed? I guess they hadn't. What happens if Gorbachev wins? Well, he hasn't popped up in Moscow yet, or is he somewhere else? Yeah, I'm not seeing Gorbachev. I thought he was in Moscow. Tomsk tends to collapse. Let's get some resources here. Open the mines, get the aluminum and such. But you know what? I think it's pretty much we've gotten through the Hitler assassination and such. I think we can go ahead and stop it here. Ask Caesar the Cat, who is the last true successor to Rome. That'll tack on another half hour to this stream. These are the gossip. Nothing justifies it but the dank memes. But all right, that's we're gonna stop it here for today. Okay, so wow, lot of streaming was done today. Finished up the Katyusha campaign. We've started the Nonna one. We started Route C in my Nier Automata campaign, which I always encourage people to check out. But that's going to be it for today. I'll try to stream tomorrow. If not, when I get the chance, whatever. And yeah, go check out the Russian unification video. You can listen to the music, check out the playlist, look at the list that, if you're trying to find out what the titles of the music are for the Russian unifications events, or who the characters are in Russia, things like that. You just look them up there. Like, I think this is somebody from Spice and Wolf, but I'm forgetting off the top of my head who it is. Like, I need to reference it, Anyway, everybody take care. Good night. I'm coming right now, Caesar. Hold on. Just gotta save.